Mr. President. I was the
Of course you
sponsored
may.
author of the Ease of Doing Business. Thank you, Mr. President.
Proceed.
Actually, to be fair and accurate about it, this is just amendments strengthening the law of Senator Lacson. Senator Lacson had the red tape authority, red tape, anti-red tape law, anti-red tape act. And through the years, nakita namin yung lahat ng palusot, Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, palusot ng mga government agencies, and we crafted it in a way that we knew the pulse of the business sector. At the same time, alam na natin yung pasikot-sikot nila. But through the years after ARTA, I noticed that although a lot of chambers lauded the measure, but they noticed that also, parang nakita din namin as author, parang humina po yung mga cases filed. And I know one of the reasons was, and I'll be honest with all of you, pinagalitan siya ni Ombudsman Martires. And maybe now I can speak up because he's no longer the ombudsman, he's my dear friend. But I was in that one meeting where he said, "You're doing my job, you shouldn't be doing my job." And I can see the DG nodding his head. That was exactly, I think, the message he was giving across to ARTA. So much so that the former DG, DG Belica, kinasuhan yun, Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, kinasuhan po siya ng katakot-takot. May mga pending case sa ombudsman because abuse of authority ba yun, yung mga cases sa kanya? Because he was doing his job to the T, to the letter. And because of that, nagalit yung ombudsman sa kanila. A little background lang, Mr. President. Yung ARTA kasi, ginawa namin yan as a result of the Ease of Doing Business Act. Na yung Ease of Doing Business Act, meron po tayong tinatawag na mga Citizens Charter, yung mga qualified days to submit the certificates and licenses and permits. Pag hindi po sila, yung agency, for example, sa munisipyo, nabigay mo na po lahat ng requirements, Mr. President. Under there are something called Citizens Charter, which is A to Z or A to X. Kung kompleto mo na yan, pag sinabit mo na yan, lalo na sa local level, it's between 5 to 7 days sa local government units. Pagdating naman sa national government agencies, it is 20 working days. Correct po? Am I right? 20 working days. Pag hindi na-submit po yan, Mr. President, deemed submitted na dapat yan. Deemed approved. Deemed approved. Ang problema, marami pa rin LGU. Ayaw sumunod dyan. Dahil nga nagalit si Ombudsman sa ARTA, hindi naman makagalaw yung ARTA. So parang naging recommendatory muli. And if you talk to a lot of chambers of commerce, a lot of businessmen from the Indian Chamber of Commerce to the European Chamber of Commerce to the American Chamber of Commerce, it became back to normal na wala naman kumakaso sa amin. Wala naman nagkakaso sa atin na yun eh. So balik ulit sa dati na kung hindi ko gusto mukha mo, magdusa ka. Maghintay ka para sa permit mo. And we try to avoid that. Precisely, we try to avoid that. So may I just ask Your Honor, dear Chairman, through the agency, because I was not able to ask them during their the subcommittee hearing, has that changed now? Has the policy changed now? We created the ARTA, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, so that sumbungan po yan ng mga businessmen. Kasi natatakot po sila. Yung ginawa nga natin last week sa BIR, Mr. President, maraming humanga kay Senator Erwin Tulfo, kay Senator J.V. Ejercito, kay Ma'am Lauren, sa akin. Daming humanga. Sabi na, ang tapang ninyo. BIR yung kinalaban ninyo. Pero kami yun politiko kami. Pero the other businessmen, wala po silang kapit sa malakas. So the idea was, ARTA would be the agency that they will go to follow up these cases or these issues with the local governments and national government agencies. So may I just ask Senator Gatchalian, dear Chairman, Mr. President, has it changed? Has the policy changed since the last 2 years or the last year? Has it changed now? Are they going to be more proactive with the complaints and the legal cases, Mr. President?
Before I answer that, Mr. President, I agree with our majority leader 101% that red tape is the issue that is discouraging investors from coming into our country and also killing our existing industries and businesses. Tama ho kayo dyan. In fact, pagkausap po natin mga foreign chambers, top of mind complaint nila is red tape. At alam naman ho natin na red tape and corruption, magkapatid ho yan, magkadugtong ho yan. So I thank our majority leader for taking a proactive stance on fighting red tape and also authoring this anti-red tape law and expanding the powers of ARTA. Having said that, tama ho kayo, Mr. President. In fact, during the budget hearing of the Ombudsman, nakita ko ho sa kanilang presentation, part of their strategic objectives and organizational outcome is to reduce incidents and impact of corruption and red tape in the bureaucracy. No, so part ng organizational outcome and strategic objectives ng Ombudsman natin ngayon is to fight red tape. In fact, tinanong ko ho yan nung nakita ko ito sa kanya. Tinanong ko kay bagong Ombudsman Remulla about this strategic objective in red tape. At sabi niya, yan rin ang bibigyan nila ng focus. Hindi lang po yung corruption, yung corruption na naririnig ho natin, kundi red tape rin. Kasi yan rin ho ang source ng corruption. Pag dinidelay po yung papeles, inuupuan yung papeles, ang mga negosyante, sometimes wala silang choice kung hindi sumunod dito sa mga corrupt officials, no? Kahit na talagang labag sa kanilang kalooban. So, ang maganda ho ngayon with the new Ombudsman Remulla, nasa direction niya o nasa goal niya yung paglaban sa red tape. And ang maganda ho ngayon, last November 10, meron na pong memorandum of agreement between ARTA and the Ombudsman. Bago lang ho to, no? Just a few weeks ago, itong kanilang working relationship. So hindi na ho etchipuera yung ARTA pagdating sa filing of cases. May working relationship na sila ngayon with the Ombudsman. So together, as a team, they will fight red tape and they will also file cases. So ito po yung some of the salient points ng Memorandum of Understanding, sorry, Mr. President, Memorandum of Understanding with the Ombudsman, November 10, 2025. Findings and recommendations of ARTA will be given due weight and respect by the Ombudsman. ARTA to render assistance to the Ombudsman in investigation of anti-red tape cases. So ito lang po yung mga salient points. So in other words, we will be seeing a renewed and revitalized working relationship. Importante po yung working relationship. Walang turf war. No, they will be working together to fight red tape.
That's fantastic news. As a matter of fact, I just wanted to hear it officially. I saw the news items with Ombudsman Remulla, and I actually came out with a press statement congratulating that move. And I hope that we can continue this partnership. Kasi sayang po, in the last, with the last, I'd say, administration with the Office of the Ombudsman, talagang nagagalit siya pala pag nagpa-file kayo ng case sa kanya. So, na yun po, it's safe to say that they partnered up together, on particularly investigating these incidences. Is that correct, Mr. Chair?
Yes, Mr. President. And you're also correct, Mr. President. Nakita ko rin yung trend na, in fairness to ARTA, a lot of our national agencies, very conscious about red tape. Ang nagiging problema ngayon, and pareho yung naririnig ho natin, are the local government units. Mga parang bumaba po sa local government units yung red tape. And alam naman ho natin na ang negosyo hindi ho pwede mag-umpisa kung wala pong local government business permit, pati mga yung sa fire permit. Yes. So kaya yan naman po ang magiging kumbaga focus ng Ombudsman and ARTA to also look at the processes and the red tape issues in the local government units.
Yes, actually, what I heard was lumakas ulit yung red tape or yung pagiging matagal po ang paglabas nito mga permits, licenses, and certificates on the local government level because nga hindi po sila nawala yung takot nila sa paggawa nito. That's why I'm happy that ARTA, and I hope that we can get the commitment from DG Ness. You know, he's a He's a very good public servant. As a matter of fact, I'm happy that he's there, still there, manning the agency. And I hope that they can really, with zest, no, continue, be proactive. Napakalaga po yan. International government agencies, I'm still receiving complaints about the Bureau of Fire. I was not able to face it anymore the other day. But yung Bureau of Fire, ganun pa rin. Nagsasabit pa rin ng quotation for ano ba yung tawag dyan? Fire extinguisher para sa sprinkler system.
Firefighting equipment.
Fire systems. Bawal po yan under the law. We put a section that they are not supposed to even propose. Kasi alam mo naman ng Pilipinas, sasabihin na baka gusto mo, ito na lang ang lagay mo na fire system. Pagtingin mo pala dun sa fire system, times 2 ang presyo sa private, no? Private sector pag hinanap mo at kinote mo sa private sector. So dapat bawal na rin yan. And I hope that ARTA also can come up with a sustained campaign. Guys, when we started your operations about 4 years ago, 2021 being the birth of ARTA was when? 2021? 2020. DGNS. Naalala mo yun? 2020 yun, di ba? About 5 years ago. Marami tayong campaign about it. We'd see it in the newspapers, on television, on radio. There was a campaign nationwide for it. And even we used to have, I don't know what happened to this, but we used to attend the anti-red tape summit, which was headed by Bill Luz. Whatever happened to those summits, nawala na. I used to be your speaker there. Tuloy-tuloy pa ba yun, Mr. Chairman? Yung mga anti-red tape, yung grading. Dati linalabas yung grading eh. Itong Quezon City, number 1 sa the list of anti-red tape in Metro Manila, mga ganun-ganun. Meron pa ba nun, Mr. Chairman? Do we still have those? I don't see Bill anymore. I don't know if he's still in the country. I know he's still alive, but I don't know if he's still in the country. But dati, ano yun eh. In the last administration, talagang hina-highlight yun. Sa NCR, ito yung pinakamaraming red tape. Ito yung pinakamaganda sa pagdating sa red tape. Meron pa ba tayo niyan? Mr. President, malaking bagay kasi yan eh.
Yeah.
For example, Region 10, if you come up with the list of Region 10 and they're like maybe out of my 22 LGUs of Bukidnon, kung sinabi mo dyan, 10 dyan, red, pagdating sa anti-red tape, in other words, bagsak, ay di papagalitan po natin yun. Hindi tayo papayag dun. Eh, pagalitan talaga.
But Mr. President, meron silang yearly EODB convention. Dito nila binibigyan ng award yung mga LGUs which are
so tuloy pa rin yung EODB convention.
Doon nila binibigyan yung mga outstanding LGUs na merong fight against red tape, digitalized processes, saka yung mga processes na efficient. So hindi naman natin linalahat ng LGUs but meron din sila mga awarding mechanisms and best practices sharing ng mga LGUs and agencies. Pero yung parang shame campaign, wala ho silang ganun. Maybe that's something. Hindi naman shame campaign. Maybe
they should do.
Yeah, maybe parang a scorecard. No, rather than a outright shame campaign, baka a scorecard.
Alam yung mga magnanakaw, lalo na sa local government. Sasabihin nila, wala naman tayo sa listahan, okay lang, happy naman tayo. Kasi mayaman tayo. Basta walang shame campaign, okay lang. Tuloy natin ng ligaya. Eh kung may shame campaign dyan, these are the LGUs with the most number of complaints. Aba, maganda tignan din ng taong bayan yan. Kasi na yun, shame campaign na lahat eh. Sa politiko, shame campaign na lahat. Maganda sa sakyan mo, politiko ka, patay ka. Eh bakit sa ease of doing business, we should do the same.
Yeah, I think magandang suggestion ho yan.
Opo.
Majority Leader. Merong mga awardees. Ito may mga awardees who binibigay sila. Pero in terms of yung scorecard, kasama ho yung mga poor performing LGUs and agencies, yun ang kulang ho sa kanila. So maybe that's a suggestion that they should
because that will be a challenge, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, that will be a challenge to these agencies to do better and the LGUs to do better. And the people will be aware so that they will not vote for these mayors anymore or these governors. Because kita pala, grabe pala, balasubas ang pagnanakaw doon, pahirap ng mga tao. businessmen are complaining. So may I make that suggestion, Your Honor? Maybe next year for the next budget, I'll request now a new listing or some sort of plan of action on also highlighting the LGUs and government agencies, national government agencies that are ranking very poorly in the ease of doing business.
Bait itong si chairman ho
Masyado
natin.
mabait yun eh. Si
Masyado mabait.
DGNS, mabait yan.
Mabait ho to eh. Ay, meron pala ho silang top 10 most complained agencies, Mr. President, Majority Leader. Kaso lang hindi pala nila pinapublish, no? Dahil nga itong chairman natin, gentleman ho to eh. Kaya,
you know what, guys?
kaya hindi ho niya. But something for them to consider, Mr. President. Kasi kung may awarding, dapat alam rin, tama si Majority Leader, alam rin natin kung sino yung mga poor performing.
Yes.
Lalo na ito, 10 most complained agencies, Mr. President.
Tingnan mo yung presidente natin, Mr. President.
Ito, identify ko na ho, Mr. President, yung mga 10 performing national agencies. Number 1, Food and Drug Administration. Number 2, Land Transportation Office. Number 3, Bureau of Internal Revenue. Number 4, Philippine Statistics Authority. Number 5, Land Registration Authority. Ito po yung lahat na mayroong direct constituency contact.
Yes.
So, obviously ho, yung mga constituents ho natin na kumukuha ng lisensya, kumukuha ng plaka, o nag-apply po para sa FDA, Mr. President, nakaka-experience ho sila ng mga red tape, no? So, maganda nga ma-publish to, Chairman, para alam rin ho natin. Kung ayaw niyong banggitin, ako na magbabanggit para para malaman ho nila.
If we knew that earlier, Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, in all their budgets, I would have stood up here and questioned them. Why are you the top 10 poorest performing? Hindi namin alam eh.
Sa GOCC ho, number 1, Social Security System. Number 2, Home Development Mutual Fund. Number 3, Securities and Exchange Commission sa mga negosyo ho to. Number 4, PhilHealth. Number 5, GSIS. Again, all of this may direct constituency contact. So more so na kailangan ho natin malaman bakit yung mga constituency ho natin nakaka-feel ng red tape when they apply for PhilHealth benefits o kinukuha ho nila yung mga pension ho nila, nag-apply ho sila ng pabahay sa pag-ibig. So more so kailangan ho natin malaman. You're absolutely correct. Kung alam lang ho natin, na-raise na ho natin to during the budget deliberation.
Yes.
Kaya Mr. Chairman, mag-publish ho tayo in a report card system para nalalaman ho namin, na-educate kami sino ba yung mga most red tape agencies.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. President. Yes, Mr. President, kasi the days of being mabait, tapos na po. DG, mabait tayong dalawa tayo, parang mabait, pero sayang naman yung baby natin. You know, our President Bongbong Marcos, sabi nila, mabait yan. Tingnan mo na nangyari. Ngayon, nagagalit na siya. Pero huli ng lahat. Tingnan nyo.
Actually, Mr. President,
so we need to really work more stringent, particularly in the implementation of the law, Mr. President.
Chairman, yung DBM, in fairness, last year, they came up with a performance review of all agencies in terms of spending, in terms of efficiency, in terms of fund utilization. Maganda sa ating mga government agencies may ganyan rin para nalalaman natin. Objective naman to, hindi naman to, we're not targeting any agencies. It's designed for the agencies to wake up and improve their processes.
Yes, and I think the reward system is good, but also the exposure of those that are erring and are recidivist, Mr. President, is very important because as I said, at least it puts us on our toes as legislators who believe in anti-red tape. We can ask the different departments, bakit kayo ganyan? And then of course, if you publish, for example, if they publish Region 10, these are the LGUs that do our top 10 LGUs that are compliant with ease of doing business and anti-red tape. Tapos nalagay nila din, top 10 most notorious. Para sa alam ng tao bayan, kasi internet na yun, it's very, how do you say this, unforgiving. Use that platform. We can ask the ease of the ARTA to use that platform for the LGUs to shape up kasi nakakahiya po yan. Maybe the mayor guys mabait. Hindi niya alam yung mga permit section niya, mga palasubas pala. He'll shape them up and say, papalitan ko kayo, lilipat ko kayo sa kung saan-saan. Kung hindi kayo, hindi gumanda yung ating resulta nito. So yun lamang siguro, Mr. President, Chairman Win, I just want to, I'm here in full support. Baby nga natin yan. We don't want the baby to fail. You know, you don't want your children to fail. That's our baby agency. I even still remember going to Malacanang and asking then President Rodrigo Roa Duterte if he wanted to keep it under the DTI or under the office of the president. And he told me, make it independent. So that way, no secretary can badger the head of ARTA when it comes to red tape. Ako lang. Sabi niya sa akin, I clearly remember that. Nandun po si Senator Bongo at that time. Sabi ko, yes sir, bumalik ako dito. We finished that was during the bicameral conference committee meeting, and we added that provision that it will be under the office of the president na para may independence po siya. So sana gamitin nila po yan. These are tools to help on red tape and corruption. The lack of, I just couldn't believe it, the lack of implementation of the ease of doing business has resulted to so many problems that we're facing now. So many problems. So yun lamang po, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, I thank the good sponsor for being patient with me. I thank also the DG and the whole ARTA family. Take this as constructive criticism. It's not a criticism. It's just a suggestion of trying to move forward. We have to be proactive. Kasi the people want blood. Right now, the people want blood. We don't have to give them blood. We just give them good performance and proactive performance of our laws.
Mr. President, I was just updated by the Director General na they filed 313 cases against LGUs with the Ombudsman. So, hindi naman pala ganun ka sobrang bait. Mabait lang, hindi sobrang bait. Maraming na-file na cases. Was this during the previous
head or kayo na po? DG Nes?
Kay DG Nes na.
Yan. Pakita mo yung pangil mo. Tama yan.
Mabait. Hindi naman sobrang bait. Mabait lang.
Ano lang, he's just like good soldiers. They're just quiet but they malalim ang galaw.
I thank our majority leader for the very good suggestion, and I'm sure si DG is listening now, and he'll take your suggestions very, very seriously. I suggest nga to come up with parang a scorecard or a review para malaman natin and mabigyan kami from time to time during the budget deliberations, mariraise namin to sa mga agencies.
Tsaka I think, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, we can also, it will help calm the situation now. Alam mo, as I said, no, people want blood, people want heads to roll. So if the ARTA may make a suggestion, lumabas talaga yung ARTA na yun, do an ad campaign. Some sort of ad campaign, social media, libre naman social media. I'm sure may mga social media accounts as well as influencers. Use them, use that platform. So people, baka sumbong yung tao. Kasi ang frustration ng tao na yun, ninanakawan kami, pinahihirapan kami, wala kami matakbuhan. So maybe you can do a campaign such as that to help calm the people down. Medyo ang tao na yun. Lalo na next week. Ano ba? Next weekend, this November 30, malaking rally na naman. So pag lumabas yung ARTA, sabihin na kami na yun ay magpapakitang gilas at wala na. Puntahan nyo lang kami kung may mga complaints kayo sa mga ganito at aksyonan namin. At least that will help calm the situation down, Mr. President. Just some suggestions to the team.
Thank you, Majority Leader, and I'm sure the ARTA team is listening, and they'll take your suggestions very seriously.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you po.
May I just ask for a minute suspension, Mr. Chairman? I really want a minute suspension.
Session suspended.